Eh. You got him.
I nailed that sucker, baby. I nailed it. Man, snuck right on my nose. I had to go all the way into Fort Scott. At 1:30, I heard this hissing. And my tire I was losing air in my tire, and I knew we needed to be in a tree stand. I drove all the way back into Fort Scott, and I could tell you, it took me 2 hours to tell you the story. I finally found somebody to fix that tire. We got back out here. Oh, I don't know. We got out here about 4 o'clock, a little bit late, and you know, it started getting colder. It started getting colder, and something should have been moving. And I'm sitting here kind of goofing off a little bit with Charger. We're kidding around, and I saw that buck. He was moving left to right. You know what, dude? Just, you know, when you see a big old buck, you know, do something. You know what? When they're going away from you and they're getting out, you know, I mean, that's a pretty nice buck. And when you're not going to get it, do something. You know, it's too windy to grunt. So I grabbed them horns, started beating on him, and he just took just a couple of minutes. And he come back, buddy. He come right on up here. Put the whoops to him. Pretty nice deer. Pretty nice deer. We're gonna wait about 5 minutes. And I'm gonna go down there and get him. I'm gonna sit down. Blow back over here. I've been dragging him. He ran about 65 yards. We're right over the fence. Boy, he's a dandy. He is a nice buck. I'll tell you, all things considered, look at the body. Look at the body on this whitetail. Jiminy Christmas. And that's what I saw. You know, when he was coming right up, there's a scrape right down there. And there's actually a scrape line going this way too. But he was going right up this fence line. And I just saw him just dogging. You know, he's going out, and I just saw that body, and I saw how wide he was. And I thought, holy cow. You know, we'll have one more day. It's supposed to rain all day tomorrow. So, you know, I got to go to Illinois. And it's just one of them deals. You know, he looked pretty doggone good. And I grabbed those horns. You know, I'm going to tell you, in life, the honest to God truth is, whether you do this professionally for 20 years, like I've had the privilege of doing it, or whether, you know, you're just a weekend warrior, and God bless the weekend warriors around the country. You know, a lot of times it's not the biggest monster buck, you know, that gives you the great stories. A lot of times it's an experience like tonight. Just this afternoon, we talked around the camp, and I was talking to Charger. I said, I've never rattled a buck up in the afternoon, always in the mornings. You know, well, hunting whitetails 40 years, professionally 20 years, never rattled a buck up in the afternoon. And I'll be dogged, you know, I mean, you saw what happened, man. You know, gotta do something. I tell people that around the country, you know, blow on your grunt call, hit the horns, do something, you know, because you're not gonna shoot that deer. He's gone. And I hit them, and I grabbed those horns, hit it, and man, the Charger goes, there he is. And I couldn't see him. I said, where is he? He goes, he's looking at us right there at the fence. And I go, what? And at the time I saw him, it looked like he saw us. Of course, he was looking for the deer. What he was doing, he was looking through us, you know. And over the fence he come, and buddy, it happened in a hurry. Boy, that muzzy hit him. You know, the Matthews was on its mark. The muzzy hit him, and I heard that crunch, crack, snapple, pop, you know. and there wasn't none of that. Well, I hit him, but I didn't find him. Not on this day, you know. The blood trail was pretty evident. And, you know, and it took me to, it's dark because we could have just, I knew he's on the ground. We could have just went right down. But honest to God, it took me about 30 minutes to settle down. And the Charger and cameraman, you know, after it was over with, his legs were shaking. He goes, I'm shaking all over. Man, that's good stuff. That's the kind of stuff, the stuff that happened tonight. That's the kind of stuff, folks, that money cannot buy. And this, real nice buck, probably 3.5-year-old deer, a real nice buck, 8-pointer, never going to be anything but an 8-pointer. Probably would have been a little bit better next year, but he's still a mature deer. And this is one of them deals. You get to be an old man, and you sit back, and this is one of those things you talk about. I remember the time in Kansas. We got there late. We had bad weather, and it was 75 degrees. And we saw the buck hit the horns, and here he come, grabbed my bow, swung, shot, hit him on the ground. Don't get any better than that. Folks, I had a pretty good day. I'm glad you were here to share it with me. Jiminy Christmas. Ain't nothing like hunting these whitetails. Holy cow. And that's a nice buck. That is a nice buck.